Please read the disclaimer. What Elon Musk's AI, Grok, really thinks about XRP's price if none of the bad things would have happened to XRP. So basically, I asked Grok, what is the real price of XRP, right? What could have it been if XYZ never happened? We're going to cover that. It's Sunday, fun day. So, sorry, it's not even Sunday. It's Saturday. I jumped into the future. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button. I enabled the like button only for special VIP users. Now, to check if you are a VIP user, all you got to do is click the like button. If it works, it means you're a VIP user and there's VIP perks. If not, well, maybe next time. Okay, so currently XRP is sitting at $1.44 while I'm recording this video. Again, maybe you're watching in the future and XRP was able to break out from the downward trend basically since October 10th, which you can see here between the trend lines. And XRP maybe is already broken out of that and had a crossover on the 1348 EMA. But right now that hasn't happened. Maybe by the time you're watching this, the Clarity Act is passed as well. But actually in this video, we're going to be looking into the past and not into the future, right? So that is what we are going to be doing today. Now, as always, I just want to remind you that when using AI, we need to be careful because sometimes AI gets things wrong. Also, the price predictions that the AI is giving us in this video is the AI's opinion, okay? This is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Very, very important, okay? So I said to Grok, I said, let's turn you into a prediction machine and play out a hypothetical scenario. In this scenario, let's try to find the potential quote unquote real price of XRP. In this scenario, right, the SEC would have never gone after XRP and Ripple. Number two, crypto was not manipulated daily by algos. Three, FTX, I wrote FXT, and Luna collapses never happened. October 10th, 2025 crash never happened. What would the real price of XRP do today? So actually Grok ran multiple AI agents to get to this conclusion. It's very interesting how AI has developed over the past even year. We've been doing these kinds of videos over the weekend, once in a while. And it's really interesting to see how the answers of the AI have gotten so much better, so more clearer, when previously they might have been just looking at an article or a tweet and just spewing it out. And now it's actually thinking and it's actually trying to figure out more things and try to predict better. Is that the correct grammar way to say it? I don't know. English is my second language, so I think I get a pass if my present progressive and my present simple are not in line. In this hypothetical scenario where the SEC never sues Ripple, no 2020 lawsuit, delisting, or FUD, crypto isn't suppressed by daily algorithm whales, FTX and Terra Luna never collapsed in 2022, and the October 10th, 2025 flash crash, a 19 billion liquidation event triggered by a macro shock like tariffs, wiping out leverage positions across the board never happened, the quote-unquote real price of XRP today, March 2026, would likely be in the $10 to $15 range, with a midpoint around $12. This is reasoned by estimates based on historical price reaction, utility models, and comparative market behavior, not wild speculation. Here's a transparent breakdown. So think about that. We are now at $1.44, a market cap of 88 billion, right? Circulating supply, 61 billion. It briefly hit 3.538 in 2025 post SEC resolution before the October 2025 crash dragged it down 41 to 60% along with the broader market. SEC lawsuit impact, instant 60% drop from 60 cents to 20 cents, USD listings, stalled institutional adoptions, and suppressed participation in the 2021 bull run. Real peak only $1.96 despite the suit. Even the partial 2023 win and 2025 settlement couldn't fully undo the years of lost momentum, right? In the crypto ecosystem, if you miss a run-up or you miss momentum, many times it's almost impossible to recover off of that, right? But XRP has been able to do it, and you could give the flowers to the XRP community, the XRP army. You could give the flowers potentially to Ripple. They continue the fight, and XRP is the top 4 crypto, right? It depends, on the day. And so this is a great win for XRP, even though all these bad things happen for XRP, mainly the lawsuit. It was able to hold, for the most part, the ratio against Bitcoin, right? So this is, of course, if you go and you look at the XRP Bitcoin graph, it's not where it used to be, right? We can actually find that. So you can see back in 2019, right, it was all the way up here. It's of course a ratio, but now we're down here, and we were all the way down here in 2024. But of course, the Trump Lollapalooza, right? The Trump run-up and the fact that the SEC was switching over to a more Trump or pro-crypto administration had the ratio jump significantly there. So if we go back and we look, and the previous one, that spike was in 2021, when of course Bitcoin fell significantly and XRP fell less, right? So that's interesting. So if we take that out of consideration, right? 2022 FTX Luna collapse weighed out 400 billion from crypto overall. XRP fell 85% from its 2021 high to 0.3 cents. Now, Bitcoin fell about 75%. So if you look at that, XRP didn't fall in a significant greater way than Bitcoin. So it held relative to Bitcoin, as you can see, right? It dropped down here in 2022, right? So this was the FTX crash. You can see the ratio stayed more or less okay. The fall off here was when Bitcoin was running and XRP wasn't running as much in 2021. Studies show FTX alone caused an additional 20% decline beyond market trends. The October 2025 crash, largest single day liquidation, 19 plus billion wiped out. Bitcoin dropped from 122,000 to 105. XRP followed leverage cascade. And of course, we remember what happened there for XRP, right? It dropped all the way down to $1.24. And at the time, that price looked bananas because we were at $2.90 and we'd been there for a while. The fact that it touched 122 seemed wild. But we ended up closing the gap back down. So interesting that happened in retrospect, right? We'll learn from it. Hopefully there's never another October 10th crash, but we'll learn from that. Algo manipulation, daily suppression claims, common in XRP circles, and add unquantifiable downward pressure on organic growth. So that's a little bit harder for it to calculate, but it's hurts the organic growth. Compounding these kept XRP artificially low despite real utility in cross-border payments via Ripple's ODL. Hypothetical adjustment, removing the negatives. So no SEC lawsuit, full US listing from day one, massive investor institutional confidence, early ETF approvals. Think about this. If we never had the court case, we could have had a BlackRock ETF. It could have been up there with Ethereum, and we could have had a BlackRock ETF as well. I should have put that into the calculations, right? An explosive 2021 bull participation, XRP likely hits $4 to $6+ dollars versus 196 and sustains momentum. Adoption, banks using XRP LDL accelerates without FUD, Ripple partnerships grow faster. By the way, it doesn't mean that the Binance ETF would have been good because it really didn't help Ethereum. So I don't know. No FTX Luna 2022 collapse, milder bear market, maybe 30 to 50% correction instead of 85. From a higher base, XRP recovers stronger into 2023-25. Broader crypto market cap stays elevated. No crypto winter depth, lifting all boats, including XRP. No October 2025 crash. The 2025 rally already reaching 3.5 in reality with prior drags, sustains or builds further, no 19 billion liquidation spiral means XRP holds 4 to 8 heading into 2026. Again, the manipulations, it has a little bit of hard time to quantify it. Overall market context. Without 2025, 2022 crashes, total crypto market cap could easily be 2 to 3x larger today. Bitcoin potentially 150 to 100K instead of post-crash levels. We were talking about 350 potentially at the end of 2025, doing the calculations from previous cycles, right? XRP as a top 4 asset with actual utility captures more of that. XRP's price is driven by real-world use and bridge assets for payments, not just store of value like Bitcoin. Swift handles 150 trillion in annual cross-border volume. Ripple has claimed XRP could capture 5 to 14% of this via ODL XRPL. Simple model, while used in analysis, liquidity pools needed equals daily volume divided by velocity, how often XRP turns over. Example scenarios, 1% of Swift annual, 1.5 trillion at velocity of 10 to 30x per year, turns into 50 to 150 billion liquidity pool, 8 to 12 XRP on 60 billion circulating supply. A 5 to 14% capture plus fee burns gives us a 9 to 18. Even conservative 2024 forecast with some drags, 3 to 5. Removing all suppressors compounds this significantly. XRP would need to replace Swift entirely, just scale ODL meaningfully, already processing billions of volume in a crash-free world with full regulatory clarity and adoption. 500 billion to 100 trillion market cap is realistic. And these are the synthesized prediction, about 12 today if we remove everything. The low end, 8 to 10, high end, 15. Low end was with the conservative adoption, 5% Swift capture, moderate velocity. High end, 15 plus aggressive growth, faster bank integration, ETF inflows exploding earlier, stronger bull market. Middle point is 15. Balanced utility math, historical multipliers from removing crashes and FUD, and XRP's number 4 ranking with real payments use cases. This is not financial advice. Crypto is volatile, even if in this perfect scenario, external factors, regulation, elsewhere's competition, macro events matter. But purely isolating the 4 removed negatives, XRP suppressed a real value today points to a roughly 8x to the current 144. The XRP army memes of 100 plus ignore velocity supply realities, but 10 to 15 is grounded in data and fundamentals. If adoption escapes velocity, it could go higher long term, but for today, in this hypothetical, $12 feels like the fair equilibrium price. And I agree with Grok here. I think it did an amazing analysis. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Do you think if all those things didn't happen, we would have seen XRP higher? Right? That would bring XRP right now to about it's 88 billion. So if we times that by 8, right, that would bring us to around 700 billion, right? And so that would put XRP, let's say, above where Ethereum now, but remember, we're talking also about a scenario where there was no FTX and there was no Luna crash. So let's say hypothetically, Ethereum would be maybe, and no October 10th, Ethereum would be around maybe 800 billion, 900 billion. And so then that XRP would be a little bit behind it. And I think that makes a practical scenario for a true price action there for XRP. So very, very interesting price prediction or price hypothetical prediction here from Grok. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this? Do you lay awake at night and think about what could have happened? Or do we need to look forward and not think about the woulda, coulda, shoulda, and think about what could potentially happen now with the price action? Do you ever look back? Or do you only look into the future? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to smash the like button for the VIP status. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.